recognize that is still confusing to me to this day. I really was a serial killer.
Mistakes were made, but the one that was not made was to quit or give up. We never did that.
The small town of Pleasanton, California, in eastern Alameda County, is known for its diverse community and vibrant downtown area. Surrounded by renowned wineries and open spaces, the town is an idyllic place with little to no crime. Pleasanton was also home to a woman some people described as the most beautiful person alive. Beautiful not only in her physical appearance, but in the depth of her soul. Someone that was so extraordinary that it would take the voice of forensic files just to announce her anniversary. Chris and Heather Rizzoli started their married life together on November 13th, 1999, at St. Clare's Episcopal Church in Pleasanton, California. The events leading up to that day would forever change their lives.
When I first met Chris, I thought he was a kind of strange guy. He was into trains and those mechanical things. We didn't think it was going to fit into the family very well. And he was also into older women. We thought something like this was going to happen.
I thought he was an okay guy, but he was into trains a little too much, if you know what I mean. He was always working on something, and that should have been a clue.
Personality fits the profile for this type of crime. Guys like this romance the victim till they gain their confidence, and then they make their move. They don't even know what hit them. It's a crude but common MO.
Chris has two loves in his life, his engine and his girl. He combined the two loves when he planned to propose to Heather on Amtrak's California Zephyr in February 1998.
We all tried to stop her from becoming another victim, but I guess we were just too late.
I'm sure she had no idea what was about to happen, but Chris had it all planned out. I don't think she ever saw it coming.
Chris and Heather had made the trip on Amtrak many times in the past, but this time, Heather sensed something was different.
Heather knew something was up. She was really uneasy about this trip. She didn't know what Chris's intentions were. We tried to warn her about this trip and not to go, but she wouldn't listen, and she went anyway.
Chris was usually talkative with other passengers as they make the trip up Donner Summit, commenting on interesting railroading facts and historical points of interest. But this trip was different. He was quiet, as if distracted by something.
According to the witnesses on the train, Chris was acting very nervous on the day of the trip. Their suspicions were aroused by his nonstop silence.
As they entered the snow, Chris put his carefully thought-out plan into action. He pulled out a ring box from a concealed compartment, opened it, and asked Heather to marry him. Heather's response was a resounding, "Aha!" When the train pulled into the station in Reno, Heather called her family to inform them of the proposal.
I remember Heather was so excited. She wanted to tell everybody about the proposal. She was so happy.
When Heather called from Reno, she was so happy. She was so excited to be getting married to Chris and spending the rest of her life with him. She couldn't wait to start planning her wedding, and what a wedding it was.
It was a large wedding with over 300 attending the event. The star of the ceremony was Heather's great-uncle Greg, as he walked Heather down the aisle and gave away the bride.
Uncle Greg was so proud to walk Heather down the aisle. He was holding her arm. He was so happy to be there. He had a grin from ear to ear. He was so proud of Heather and her decision. He was like a little kid in a candy store. He was dancing, he was having a great time, he was chatting with everyone, and he was so proud of being there and being a part of such a wonderful day.
Never have there been two people more in love or more committed to each other than you two. Congratulations on your 10th wedding anniversary from all your family, friends, and me too, the voice of Forensic Files.